What's up, people? This is your boy, and you already know what time it is. It is story time, you heard? And we're going to talk about two friends. No question about that. Two friends that they was mad tight. I'm not going to say their names because, once again, one of the dudes in the story is a friend of mine, and I'm not going to do that because I like to have their family's permission first to use their names. So, I'm not going to do that because I don't got their permission. So, every, actually, this story is not well known, but some people might know it. If you're around the area where I used to live at, saying if you're familiar with the person that I'm talking about, you should know whose story is this. But anyway, once again, I'm not going to name their names, so I'm going to call one of them Slim. The one that I know personally, I'm going to call him Slim, and I'm going to call the other dude that I don't know, here and there, just going to call him Yellow, okay? And the dude that I don't know, I heard he was a king at one time. He was a king. And for whatever reason it was, they threw him out the whip. He was no part, no more of the black and gold, so I cannot stress that because I don't really know what happened with that story. But anyway, this is how the story goes. Just like I said, two dudes who met each other in you could say like in the early 90s, somewhere around there. They met each other. And they met each other, no question, upstate, doing a bid. So once they met each other, man, they used to call these two dudes, saying Batman and Robin. They used to call them the Lone Ranger and Tom Toad, Green Hornet and Kato, because they was always together, be like milk and coffee. Though I'm being honest, they was always together. So and not only that, they had a bond. If you jump, I jump. You feel me? That's how it was. If one sets it off, the other one's gonna set it off because it was a tight bond. Matter of fact, one of the reasons why they got Yellow, they how can I say one of the reasons they threw Yellow out of being a king, it was because of Slim. You understand what I'm saying? He had a beef. Slim had a beef with a king, and instead of Yellow standing by the king's side, he didn't do that. He stood by his boy's side. Yellow. I mean, he stood by his boy's side, Slim. You understand what I'm saying? So if anybody knows what time, you can't do that. If you're a part of the gang, you cannot do that. You got to stand by your boy's side, and that's it. You feel me? That's it. Even if it's your brother, you got to stand by your boy's side. I mean, they say it through good and bad. You feel me? So anyway, so they, like I said, they used to do their thing. I believe Yellow came home. Yellow came home after doing I think it was a 5-year bid. He came home. Next thing you know, Slim came home 2 years later. They started chilling in the Bronx. They didn't live by each other at that time, but regardless of whatever it is, they was chilling together. And let me tell you, they was wildin'. They was wildin'. They came out with a mission, and the mission was to rob every drug dealer we could get. That's how it was, those two. Any drug dealer they could get, they was gonna rob them. And they robbed a lot. A lot. And, by also, these are things that I also heard, that they was not laid back robbers. And I'm talking about laid back robbers is a dude that comes, he gets in the crib, he got the guns out, whatever, he takes your drugs, he sits you down, ties you up, and that's it. Nah, these two dudes used to get their kicks off by smacking the dudes. And this is something that they already had the shit locked down. They already had these dudes, tied up, chained up, handcuffed up, whatever you say. They already had these people like that. They already had them tied up and all that. And they used to just go off on them. I mean, that was their thing. And if you think about it, it was kind of sick. I mean, sometimes they used to burn these people with cigarettes. Especially if they wanted more money. Yo, where's the money at? I know you got more money. These were dudes that was literally cutting people with razors and throwing salt on them. Remember, a lot of these dudes that they was robbing, these was dudes that had apartments. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure the dudes that they was robbing, they had dudes that they was, saying the dudes that they was robbing, they had friends that was setting them up. Because come on, how these dudes knew people from Brooklyn, people from Manhattan, drug dealers from drug dealers from Brooklyn, drug dealers from Manhattan, drug dealers from Queens. I mean, how they knew these people? You understand what I'm saying? So they must have knew people that knew people. You feel me? So, like I said, they used to, you could literally say they used to torture their victims. Once again, they used to cut them with razor blades and throw salt. And if anybody, you could ask anybody, B, that knows about wounds and stuff like that, even ask a doctor, a fresh cut with salt, it hurts like a mother. And once again, they used to burn dudes with their cigarettes. Disrespect their girls. One thing they did that I find that was cool, if there was kids in that crib, they would not done nothing they won't do nothing to the kids. They would put them in one room, make sure there's no cell phones, make sure the kids got the windows closed and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that, they don't scream out and say, my mother's getting hurt, my father, whatever. But they always was good by the kids. And that's one thing that I could say, okay, I feel that. You understand what I'm saying? But the other things they was doing, I was not feeling that. You understand what I'm saying? And one of the stories is that, I don't know how true it is, but Slim blazed some dude's girl while he was robbing them. While Slim and Yellow was robbing them, homeboy's girl probably looked good, whatever, and Slim did what he did, bro, and that's, you know what I'm saying, that's something that I couldn't work with. I couldn't work with that, and unfortunately I never got to see Slim and talk to Slim, because last time I saw Slim, man, me and him was in the Fall building. That's how many years ago it was. You feeling me? So anyway, something happened that they got caught for one of the stick-ups they did. They got caught. They got caught out there. They went to the island. They went upstate, not together, but they did some years. So what happened was, somehow, some way, they wound up in the same jail. Because remember, they had almost the same bid. They went upstate together. Not in the same jail, but they went upstate together, somewhere mad far. And all they had to do was just play it. Every 2 years, every 3 years, you sign up for a draft. And they put you right closer to New York. They get you, they get you right close to New York. If you stay out of trouble and everything, the state will do the right thing and they will put you close to home. You feeling me? Close to home. So anyway, that's how it was. They transferred, and somewhere, somehow, they wind up in the same prison. In some medium, I forgot where, but they wound up in some medium. So anyway, they started doing their thing in the medium. They started building, they blah, blah, blah. Everything was good with them. Guess what? They gonna go home. They made the parole board. Remember, these dudes met in prison doing a bid already. They come home, chill for 2-3 years, do some crazy shit, get locked up again, do some more years in prison, and they come out almost the same time. Almost the same time. You feeling me? So what they do, they come out and forget about it. Now you got the cell phones, you got, you know what I'm saying? It's not like it was back then with the crack and the dope. Like when they got locked up, it was all over the place. Now you gotta search. Now you need more insider, you know what I'm saying? You need an insider now, and what an insider is, someone who sets up people. And just like they was doing last time, I'm pretty sure they was doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because goddamn, how you know all these people that was dealing drugs, and they robbed a lot. They robbed a lot of people, bro. So once again, they came home. They started going crazy. But this time, they was, I mean, they was foul. They was really, really foul. Now they was not taking care of the kids. Now what I'm hearing now, what I heard, that they was taking the kids and put them in the closet. Instead of putting them in the room, whatever, no, now they was taking them in the closet. Locking the door, doing the same thing that they was doing before they got locked up. And, you know, it was just foul. Foul. And they was just not going to apartments either. They were not going to apartments that they knew. They was doing their thing outside also. Robbing dudes for gold chains. I mean, it was, bro, let me tell you, man, they was doing their thing. And you know, and one thing is that they made crazy money. 'Cause my man told me they was chilling with nice cars, and God knows some of those cars they probably stole it too. You understand what I'm saying? So it was foul until Slim went on his own, or I don't know if he went with somebody else to do something, to do a stick up or whatever it was, Berkeley, whatever it was. He goes with somebody else. But what Slim did that was wrong, that he did it around the area, around the place where he used to live at. That was wrong. You feeling me? And the people that he got, those people was well connected. And I'm talking about well connected with some big time Dominicans. Big time Dominicans from Manhattan, Santo Domingo. These dudes was straight up big timers. And they had the money. So, like, they wanted Slim because, once again, Slim did some foul shit. And I heard that he murdered one of the victims. One of the people's boys he murdered. You know, shit happens, man. But, you know, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. If that would ever happen to me, man, and they got me good in the crib, and you know, saying I'm selling drugs, and they come to my crib, bro, I'm not gonna put up no fight. Yo, you got me, especially if I got wifey and family there. And this is what I heard, that the dude that got murdered, that Slim killed, it was because he started acting up. That's what Slim was going out there telling everybody, that he did that because of this and that. He didn't tell me because, like I said, you know what I'm saying, I was nowhere around that, but the information that I got is from a good source, you know? So anyway, Slim winds up murking someone on one of his last stick-ups, the one that he did not do it with Yellow. He did not go with Yellow. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened with those two, because they was always together. So I'm thinking they had a fallout, because what happened was that the Dominicans that Slim got, there was no joke. They knew who did it. They knew that it was Yellow. They knew that it was Slim. And they wanted Slim bad. They wanted Slim so bad that they was willing to give Yellow $15,000 for his head. 15 G's for his head. And the other person that was there, that was extra. That was supposed to be extra. So what happens? And this is bad. What happens? That Yellow took the contract. Yellow took the 15 G's to body his own boy. His own boy that he knew for a few years, who he was locked up with, not once but twice. I'm telling you, the mighty dollar would do it, man. So this nigga, motherfucking Yellow, took the contract. What happens? He sees Slim. He tells Slim that he got a spot that is incredible. It's incredible. Look what the Dominicans did, bro. They gave this dude Yellow an ounce, not a half an ounce of pure kid oak, pure coke, and say, here, tell them that you got this from one of the peoples that you're going about to do, you know what I'm saying, you're going about to stick up. So he goes over there and sees Slim and say, yeah, man, look at this, man. I got this from one of the dudes. Look at this. Bang. Yo, they pussy. Yo, it's easy. We could take this with no problem. I'm messing with one of the girls. This is what Yellow was telling Slim. I'm messing with one of the girls, one of the Dominican girls I'm messing with. Yo, listen, we got this. The only thing we got to do is give half to the Dominican girl that's going to hook this up. And there's going to be a lot. So we don't got to front. And with all that, Slim didn't want to give nothing to the Dominican girl. If the sticker would have been legit, Slim did not want to give nothing to the Dominican girl. First of all, he was like, yo, F her, and let's take whatever we gonna take, we take it for us. But to play it good, Yellow was like, nah, yo, listen, because this is going to be the future, bro. This girl got more people to stick up, more people to get. You feeling me? So that, yo, he did a Picasso. He painted a beautiful piece of Picasso. So, boom. Slim don't got no other choice but to say, let's go get that cheddar. And we talking about $70,000 to $80,000 and mad coke, maybe 4 or 5 kilos. So this nigga Yellow, he got a book bag and the whole 9 yards, a backpack and all that to play it out. Yo, we're gonna put everything in the head. One thing, they only had one gun. And I'm pretty sure they had more than that, but they only had one gun because I don't understand why Slim was strapped. And that's because I believe Yellow was like, yo, let's go. I got the gap. I got the gun. Let's do this. Blah, 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 blah. And I got this. So once again, that's his boy. He's going to trust his boy. He's not going to believe his boy going to do anything to him. They did 100 stick-ups. He ain't going to do that to me. So what happens is, they go. They see the building. This dude Yellow like, yeah, let's go through here, through the basement. We go downstairs to the basement, and they live right there. I think they supers. So he played it up like they supers, blah, 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 and they're gonna go to the basement, and there's 2 doors. He's gonna knock to one of the doors where the girl lives at, and you already know what time it is. But what happens when Yellow and Slim is walking into to the downstairs into the building? But it's not the building. It's the outside where they throw away the garbage. Sometimes you got that opening that you want to speak to the super. If he lives in the basement or whatever, you got to go to the 2 steps down, then walk into that, like it looks like a little cave. Then you walk out and you like in the backyard or something. And then you got the garbage cans to the side. That's how it was. So when Yellow and Slim walks in, Slim walks in front of Yellow. Slim is in front of Yellow. And that's what Yellow wanted. So what happened? Yellow caught Slim twice in the head. Bang, bang. Caught him. They didn't find Slim, bro. His family didn't know anything about Slim for like 2 or 3 days. 2 or 3 days. And that's because they put out like a missing thing. 2 or 3 days. And they did that because they knew that Slim used to hang out. But Slim's daughter had a birthday. Slim's daughter's birthday was, was coming up, or it was the 3rd day or the 4th day, whatever. And I don't know if he misses. I don't remember if he missed his daughter's birthday or it was his daughter's birthday the day and he was supposed to be there. He would never miss it because he loved his daughter. Slim loved his daughter. And the thing is that the bad thing about it is that Yellow winds up going over there. This is what I heard, that Yellow winds up going to his ex-girl's, to Slim's ex-girl's house to see what's going on. And he talks to nigga Slim's daughter, and he tells Slim's daughter, don't worry about it. Papi be here. Papi will come back. Papi gonna play with you. Blah, blah, blah. Your birthday, like, wow. Like, damn, son. I know you gotta play it, but damn. But God don't likes ugly. God don't likes ugly. He thought he got away with that murder by killing Slim, his own boy. But guess what? 2 months later, he gets murdered. Yellow. And who murders Yellow? The same dudes who paid Yellow to murder Slim. Because they found out that they found out that Yellow did 2 or 3 stick-ups to their people, to the same people who Slim robbed, who paid Yellow to kill Slim. Those same people had other people in other places, and they found out that Yellow robbed some of their people also. So, oh yeah, he did that too. He was down with. Oh yeah, okay, let's go get this dude. He gonna come. We already got him one time from Cheddar. Let's go. And they got Yellow. I don't know how they got him, but I know they got him. And one thing I did heard that Yellow was you couldn't recognize him. You couldn't recognize him. They shot him a few times in his head. And I believe when somebody gets shot in their head or in their face, it blows. I mean, like it gets mad, swollen. And it's really, you couldn't recognize them. And I heard his family recognized him because of some tattoos and stuff like that. That's how his father, mother, whatever, whoever recognized them, recognized their son or whatever. You know what I'm saying? By the tattoos Yellow had. And yes, I believe he did had a crown, no question. That's crazy. But that's what happens, man. You know what I'm saying? Money is crazy, bro. People be like, yeah, man, that's my man. I would never diss my man, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's you. But what about your man? Does your man got the same loyalty that you got? Is your man gonna back you down? Is your man gonna do the same thing it's hard, bro. It's hard, and you never know. You never know. Seriously, you never know. That's why, man, you know what I'm saying, I'm glad that I reached this age that I am. And, I would like to live more, no question about that, man. I would like to live to 100 years old, 200 years old if I can. But I know that's not gonna happen. But I thank God, my God out there, that it did not happen to me when I was in my 20s, in my teens, in my 20s, in my 30s, in my 40s. Because I know a lot of people that died in their teens, died in their 20s, died in their 30s, died in their 40s, died in their 50s. And it's crazy. It's sad. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the story. And I'm sorry I couldn't give you the names, man, but if you know where I'm really from, you know who I'm talking about. So, you already know. All right, guys, God bless you, man. And you already know this is the Ghetto Gossip. Once again, Ghetto Gossip, a.k.a. the K.Solo Show, Rikers Island Stories. You heard? Chill. You hear what I just said? I said chill, and I'm about to say I'll kill you. I'm sorry, peoples. But anyway, this is your boy K.Solo, man. Salute out there, man. Be careful. Please be careful, all right? Be safe. Summertime is gone. Summertime is almost creeping out of here, bro. That's when I get depressed. I'll see you guys later. Peace.